Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to episode 38 of the Choking Hazard podcast with my usual co-hosts, Sugar-Free Nos, over there.
Hey.
And our DT right there.
That was a good one, Nos. Hello.
And our guest this week, big time GTA YouTuber, Pyrerealm Gaming.
Big time
GTA YouTuber. Hello, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining us on this plucky little show.
Golf clap.
Hey, hello. Pleased to be here.
So, I always ask the same question to all of our guests. Before the very first thing we do, how would you describe your channel, what you do, if someone didn't have a clue was watching this, who you were?
Well, I'm just another GTA YouTuber who makes guides, skits, and news, really. That's basically it, really. I'm just another GTA YouTuber. like everyone else.
That's a real good sell. I really
just another GTA YouTuber.
All right, good episode. You want to say bye, guys?
But you kind of, you set yourself apart from other GTA YouTubers, though. Surely, you don't see yourself as some of these, just the same as these other, you could say, the big guys on who GTA coverage, do you?
The big boys.
The big boys.
Well, I've tried to make the most unique content possible through the use of skits. I really enjoyed making those. I've been making those for about a year now, probably longer. I can't really remember when I made the first one, but yeah, I'd say my most unique aspect about the channel is the skits. The guides are pretty much on par with everyone else, unless everyone says they're inaccurate, cringy. Or
Okay.
Go watch Bruffy1322 instead.
No, that's where you differ from every other channel.
Yeah.
Every other channel just some guy I saw on Reddit or something, he said this car's fast, so you need to buy it. Don't tell him.
Don't
to
know
go watch
where I
Drive.
got this information from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one thing I
Fun
noticed.
MW2 retweeted it or something.
Yeah, I saw it. He retweeted it. I didn't see what the original account was from. When I was perusing your video library, I noticed one thing where you have a lot of enticing thumbnails, not this misdirection that some other big time YouTubers will do with fake stuff in it.
The red arrow.
What?
The red arrow.
Yeah. Like, did you see the shoulder muscle on Franklin and what it means for the rest of GTA?
I know that's a real video. It has to be.
Yeah,
it has to be.
The shape of his shoulder muscle gives us great insights into the future of
Chiliad
GTA
mystery
6.
solved.
Yeah.
with thick Franklin Gaines.
Illuminati
Michael's
tattoo.
mustache. Michael's mustache tells us that Bully 2 will be coming out in spring 2019. But I noticed that you make thumbnails that not make people want to watch them. It's not clickbaity. It's not misdirection. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it looks interesting. It looks like you put effort into it and a conscious effort into making it seem like something that someone wants to watch.
With thumbnails, I try to make. At times, I've spent more time on the thumbnail than the video. Like sometimes thumbnails can take like half an hour to make because I spend a lot of the time. If you look at all of my car reviews, you'll see that the car is on the thumbnail, but there's no background to it. It's all been transparentized. You just see the car in the background, and the time it takes to do that takes about 5 minutes per car. And for more complex thumbnails, it can take even longer. So I don't know. I try to make thumbnails that it's kind of like a design process, really. You have to design a thumbnail really carefully. Otherwise, you've gone through the effort of making a really good video, but because the thumbnail is just plain crap, no one's going to bother clicking it.
Yeah, I can relate to the whole things outside of the video itself take more time than the video itself. It's a lot of stuff that people don't necessarily see or think about when it comes to making videos, and yeah, things can take lots more time than you even realize. and more time than the video took in the first place. So you've had quite a lot of success over the past few years. You know, you've grown quite a lot. Where would you say that mainly comes from? What has been the driving force of your success?
I have no idea, really. Just luck, really. The first video that went viral on my channel was a video that was just, well, in my opinion, is just complete crap.
It always is.
It is the worst.
You think that you
It's
think
where
that you put
I
effort
do
into
a review on the Insurgent versus the Kuruma, and within the first 30 seconds, I make one huge mistake. I say that the Kuruma only holds 2 people when actually it holds 4.
Pretty big mistake.
It's a pretty big mistake, and thankfully at the time we did have the ability to put annotations on the video, so that sort of corrected it.
I imagine that could have played into the success of the video by all the people in the comments
Just
going,
like
"We
one
don't know what you're
little
talking about. This is the Kuruma holds 4."
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
And it's spelled Karuma with a U, not an A.
I guess the long answer then, just trigger people. Oh my god, you finished the shit. Incorrect.
Yeah.
So look, really,
People are
really, look, just getting in the right place at the right time, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think so. It really is just luck. Some videos, I'm amazed on how many views they get. They don't really deserve the many views that they have. And yeah, there's videos that I want to have a lot more views than others, but the ones that I don't really care about, like some videos I've spent literally a couple hours making, and it's like, well, this did well, okay. All right.
And have you noticed any trends to that, or is it just a crapshoot?
Crapshoot. I have no idea.
All right.
I mean, it's probably
the only kind of repeated success is my If Cops series. It's basically my character driving away from cops, and the cops, depending on the video, are using vehicles from a certain DLC. That series of videos has done really well, consistently, and that's
And
the only kind
these are
of
long form videos too. I'm looking here.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's like I knew they were going to get a lot of views. So yeah, I'm going to spend like a week or 2 making them. I think the Doomsday Heist one took 2 weeks to make. I got music from a band who said they were fans of my channel, and I got Gypsy to voice. So yeah, it's a great video. I personally really like Doomsday. I'd say that's my most favorite video. If you ever if you ever gonna ask that during the live stream, there's your answer to that question already.
Interesting. And has there ever been a video that you? I mean, it's probably a definite yes, but what's like an example of a video that you put a lot of time into, you really cared about, and you were like, "This is gonna kill it," and then just totally flopped?
Grand Theft Overdrive.
What was that?
Grand Theft Overdrive.
Oh, okay. And how long did that take you? Like, why did you think that was going to go crazy?
Because people did seem to like my original videos, the non-guide videos. From what I learned, people seem to like those. So I thought, let's make an entire series, an episodic series that I can just keep creating when I'm low on material to make for GTA in terms of guides. And yeah, I spent a lot of time on episode 1, and it did not do well.
So did that discourage you? Was that like, because we talked to GTA Wise guy, and he had a similar kind of outlook of putting a lot of time into a car model and doing a lot of work on this one video, and then when he put it out and it didn't do as well as he wanted it to, he kind of felt depressed, like not depressed, but you know.
Like I've had that experience as well with
fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah.
In the end, you can have people say, "Oh, this is the best thing ever," but it's not. It's not going to pay the bills if you're spending a week or 2 weeks. Actually, I spent on Grand Theft Overdrive episode 1 and 2, only for it to get like 30,000 views. Your channel will just die if you keep making videos. If they take that long and they only get that many views. It's like animation on YouTube. It's totally died now. Remember?
Yeah, it's so sad. That's really sad.
animation videos, where having to draw every frame, those would take months, even years to make, and you've got to have tons of views to make up for that. Otherwise, what's the point? You're just wasting your time.
Harry Partridge was one of my favorite animators on YouTube. He's an English guy, and he kind of had that same feeling where he's like, the effort just does not equal the monetary gain. So I can't do this anymore.
It's such a shame
to get the views.
It's just the way that YouTube has become, that the effort that you can put in just doesn't translate in any way to how successful a video or you yourself are going to be on the platform. It's just whatever.
I think the only way to get big on YouTube is to have good enough videos for people to actually watch till the end. They've got to be good videos, but you've also got to make a crap ton of them. You got to Watch Mojo the hell out of stuff. Although Watch Mojo isn't a very good channel, from what I've learned and what I've seen. You have to make good videos, but you also have to machine gun them.
I think the phrase "good enough" really describes what content gets big on YouTube. I would say
it's good enough. They'll watch the entire video, get the watch time. Because if you just machine gun videos out that are like 10 seconds worth of watching, like you have terrible audio quality or something, people click off it, terrible watch time. You have tons of videos coming out per day, sure, but they're not getting the watch time.
Yeah,
sounds like the Joking Hazard podcast.
Sounds like the Joking Hazard podcast. Yeah, that's always something that I've never really tried to. Yeah, I've always just tried to do my own thing, so I've never gone into that. But it's it is the way that you would be successful. You just have to pump out videos all the time, every day, daily uploads, multiple uploads a day. And good enough is exactly how it is. You can put hours and hours and hours into make a great video, but it does no better than in YouTube's mind. It does no better than a video that's just good enough.
Someone steals your content.
Yeah, that is true. We all know about that.
Yep.
Have you had any? Have you had any experiences with stolen content, stolen results, stolen? You've done guides, things like that.
One time someone showed me how to do a train glitch. Basically, you could enter the train as a vehicle. You couldn't drive it, but you could enter it like as a passenger or something. So this guy showed me how to do that. Then I made a video, and then surprise, a day later, Mr. Boss. Hey guys.
Of course.
Of course.
It wouldn't be an episode if he didn't come up at some point.
Not lately, anyway.
That's
Not
about
since the
all
rant.
I've had with Mr. Boss, really.
Yeah.
One time he did take one of my ideas. Although he credited me actually, which was surprising. I think.
What?
What?
I did a maximum possible range test, just how far you can possibly shoot with a sniper rifle. Then he did something similar and credited me for that. So yeah,
Interesting.
It's just so random.
It's so random, yeah.
It's so stupid.
We say that YouTube is a crapshoot of what gets pushed and what doesn't, but it's the same thing with the people on YouTube. Who knows whether you're going to get credited or not? It's just the whole platform is just a crapshoot.
That's why we just need to take stuff from YouTube and move it to Twitch because it's a better place.
Okay, so what are your thoughts about GTA? GTA as a whole, as it is now.
Here we go. We're going down this road.
It is not GTA as we knew it. It is totally different. It's a war zone. It's the PC version in particular is particularly bad because you have modders. But on the other side of the coin, if you have a friendly modder like I do, and you just play the game with them, every time you find someone who's just being a complete asshole, he's going around in a Hydra blowing everyone up. Everyone wants to get rid of him. No one's wanting to be a tryhard and try and fight him back. You just have your modder go, "Hey, get him out of here." and just
Hey,
force
Paulie,
his game.
Escorts him to the door.
Paulie, why don't you break his legs, huh? Yo, what is that?
Yeah.
What did Phil just put in the chat?
So modders can be, modders, I don't know why they still exist. Rockstar is just completely bone idle. or they're intentionally not fixing
Well,
it.
on it,
For
you're
some
never
reason.
when you work with a peer-to-peer system, you're never going to be able to get rid of cheaters. It's
I
just
don't
not gonna, it's just not going to happen.
I don't really know the ins and outs of the workings of online servers, but if you have cheaters, modders able to use stuff 5 years after the game's come out, you have a pretty flawed game engine that doesn't work properly. So it's, as I just said, if you have a friendly modder who won't use his mods to just maliciously screw up people, then they can actually make the game better. They can spawn in a cargo plane for everyone to get inside. It's a fun time being inside a cargo plane.
And even like that having that friendly modder has been rendered completely pointless by 5M at this point, I feel.
Yeah, I haven't really played 5M that much.
You did make a pretty funny video showing the worst of 5M, which was great. I watched that one, and that was great.
Zombie survival. This looks fun.
Yeah, and then there's no zombies and
It
no survival.
legitimately was tons of fun playing 5M. I'm probably just gonna have to start playing that instead of GTA Online in the future. It was a ton of fun drifting the cars. It was great. I like how quick it is as well. It's faster than GTA Online at times. Yeah,
Man, I could crash. 5M could crash 4 times, and I rejoined 4 times before I loaded into a GTA Online session. That's
on
how
top
fast
of that, it adds new vehicles, maps.
It's so many different experiences.
Can it add weapons? I don't know if it can do that.
Yeah, it can. It can. Yeah, I think it can. You can add weapons as well.
That'd be pretty cool. What I'd like to see in a future DLC in GTA is to add the M202 Flash Incendio rocket launcher. They should add that to the game. That'd be awesome. If you know what that is, it's the Grim Reaper on Call of Duty. That 4-barreled rocket launcher.
Oh, okay,
that'd be kick-ass.
So have you?
I mean, might as well.
I
Far-fetched.
was actually planning on because I've ported my own GTA Online character in Blender, and I've rigged it so I can use it in VR chat. So
really,
yeah,
that was possible.
Tell me more about this. I love this.
I was gonna use that character in front of a green screen with an M202 flash and seeing where he's fighting the oppressors, but time constraints and all that stuff. I had to cut that out, but it would have been pretty cool.
That's sweet. I'm so impressed. That probably took way more talent than I've ever thought about having.
Isn't VR chat where the Ugandan Knuckles meme came from?
It's where it used to come from. It's not really a thing anymore.
No,
okay.
that meme was dead as soon as it started.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
really weird.
When I was a substitute teacher last year, those friggin' kids, I saw them drawing Ugandan Knuckles and asking me, they were like, hey, Mr. Substitute, do you know the way? And I was like, I hate you all so much.
I hate children.
I was like, I need to get a real job.
They could draw. I sure couldn't draw when I was
in school. So the whole it seems like I think a lot of people are just moving on from GTA Online now. It seems to be a standard thing, and even if people stay within the GTA spectrum, they're just going to 5M where there aren't all these restrictions and there's a lot of new stuff and a lot of different experiences to have.
Yeah, I would totally agree if someone was just like, oh, screw this game, just join 5M. Oh, I've never tried that. What's that? Yeah, it's a whole new world.
Yeah. And do you think do you think Rockstar could have done anything better to handle that? Do you think it's on them for that this has happened? Or do you think
they designed the game with something in mind, but it didn't work properly. They didn't test it, and they've just never fixed anything. Like the terabyte, for example. There's so many issues with the terabyte alone that it just frustrates me. I need someone stood outside my own terabyte just to make sure I don't get soft locked in my own terabyte and I can't play the game anymore.
I had no idea that was a problem, but I don't play the game anymore, so.
Yeah, it's insane how buggy the game is, and it's no surprise because when you look at 5M, you see so many incredible things that people are doing with it. Just from a community perspective, people working together on a mod or mods, and things are just so much better than Rockstar are doing. So it's a shame that the main game has gone like that. But I mean,
reminds me of SAMP, but better graphics and better physics engine.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's San Andreas multiplayer. It's it's for San Andreas.
Yeah, I always saw videos of that. I never actually tried it, but it looked like so much fun.
Yeah, the draw distance is going on the roller coaster. Those stunt tracks, it's really fun.
Yeah,
just go really fast in a Turismo and just doing loops and launching from one side of the map to the other.
And also 5M, they have the whole basis of 5M is that it's every single server is an actual server. It's a server that everybody connects to. So there's that level of control. Whereas GTA, everyone always complains about the servers going down and stuff, but there are no servers. The servers are just for information, like your characters and stuff like that stored on them. There's no actual server that you connect to when you join a lobby. It's just peer to peer.
Automatic banning as well.
Well, yeah.
Have you ever been banned in GTA? Yeah.
Have you been banned in Grand Theft Auto?
I've been banned twice. I've been permabanned once, and it revoked, thankfully.
Oh yeah, I am still permabanned on PC.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wild.
I was permabanned across all platforms after I said some not very nice things about GTA. And then thankfully the PS4 and Xbox One accounts got revoked again, but the PC account's still gone. Never to return again, I don't think.
5M.
Yeah, that's all you need.
They probably could have given you back your PC one and left you banned on Xbox, and you wouldn't have been too bothered with that. Honestly.
Yeah, wouldn't have made a difference, I suppose.
The funny thing is that the game is so broke that if you do get banned permanently, you can just go buy an altered account, a modded account, which is like $8,200 trillion in cash for like $5.
Yeah. People have.
That's basically the cheapest way to get GTA by a modded account, because it also gives you access to Social Club, which in turn a copy of the game.
Yeah, the modding. The modding of GTA, even since old gen, has been such a problem, and now there's a reason that it's all messed up, because you can just do that, and modders have gone rife to it, and it's never really properly been addressed, really. So, yeah, did you see? I saw on Twitter. I think it was. I can't remember who it was from. I want to say that it was maybe Jan who kind of retweeted with a comment on it.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jan Leaks.
Jan.
Damn.
He used flex tape, patched all the leaks.
That's a lot of damage. Sorry.
They're offering I think it's like a $10,000 bounty or something for anybody who can.
I think Wild Brick tweeted that first.
Was it Wild Brick?
I remember correct.
Yeah, that's okay, thank you. I think it was Jan who retweeted that, but I couldn't remember who it was initially. But it's
Don't worry, I got you.
They're offering a bounty for if anyone can prove that they have found a way where they are automatically banned, but they didn't deserve it, to basically have the community, or there's all sorts of different people who look for bugs and things like this.
So they're trying to find how it works, basically.
They're basically trying to troubleshoot their own anti-cheat system by using the community or people who want to do this to do it, to try and find out if there is a issue there with their anti-cheat that will cause someone to be banned when they shouldn't have been.
Well, I know one thing is that as long as you're not using any mods, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can ask a modder to give you money. You can get as much money from a modder as you want. As long as you're not modding, you can do whatever the hell in GTA and not get banned, from what I've learned.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much accurate. I mean, back in the day,
in a lot of games, if you start saying keywords like "give money" or "hack me" or
"suck modder, give money,"
yeah. some games can like put you under the scope if you start doing stuff like that. But GTA is just like totally oblivious to all that kind of stuff from what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things that we did back in the day with custom racing events. There was always someone who was, it wasn't any of us. It was other people, just in case Rockstar ever watched this and think, "Got you now." It wasn't us that were doing the modding, but there was always someone in the session who would mod in cars for us to use for races. And everybody in that session who was just utilizing those cars never had any issues, never got banned, never had any issues. It's only if you're actually taking the risk and doing it yourself.
I've never tested, but I think if you save illegitimate cars, saying that, I have a friend who has tons of illegitimate cars. I think it's a she, I don't know. You don't know anyone online. They have an Insurgent with the weirdest looking wheels. They're like chrome wheels, and it's got massive disc brakes. They're clearly glitched wheels on an Insurgent. The machine gun on top, it's invisible. And they've got it stored in a garage.
Yeah, I've got quite a few vehicles kind of like that as well. So.
Yeah, and it seems like there's a definite inconsistency there. There's some people who will quite happily mod and do all this kind of stuff, but never get banned about it. And then others who you do one thing and then you're gone. It's weird, hopefully they get that fixed for Red Dead Online or the next GTA Online experience.
Hopefully,
maybe that's why they're not releasing it on
Redemption
PC.
Too much.
Yeah,
but as soon as one little thing goes wrong. Been banned within a week, people are going to go get triggered and they're going to be like, Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be another G. They better fix it, otherwise they're going to bite them up the ass.
I can't wait for the horse duplication glitch. Can't have 30 white horses in my stable.
4 horse testicles, all dynamic.
It all depends. I feel like it all depends on how much they decide to monetize it. I mean, if they go pretty easy on the monetization, unlike they have with GTA, I think the incentive...
You gotta buy treasure chests and random cosmetic items in the treasure chest.
Yeah. But I think the incentive for people to actually look for glitches and look for mods isn't there as much, so you don't expect that. But then, I don't think it's a coincidence that the more and more GTA got worse with the monetization, the more and more mods came into the scene, and the worse it got, especially on PC. What about your GTA history? What have you played of GTA over the years? Is it something that's always been close to your heart, or is it just GTA 5 or GTA 4? Where did you start?
The first GTA game I ever got was Grand Theft Auto 2 for PlayStation. Played that as a small child, basically way too underage for that. After that, it was a while since I got another GTA. Vice City, PlayStation 2, I got that. Then San Andreas, and pretty much every other GTA after that. Except the portable ones, the story series, I never played those.
Yeah, I miss them much.
Hey, shut up. Vice City Stories is good. Okay, Vice City
I'm sure they are, but
had a lot of cool features.
Portable when I was young, so.
Yeah, well, they came to PS2 as well, but they just kind of, it was kind of after PS2's life cycle.
Yeah, I was the same with the portable ones. I had a PSP and I got Liberty City Stories and I played it, but I kind of...
Liberty City Stories kind of meh, but...
Well, I finished
Vice City
it, but
Stories are good.
I didn't enjoy the experience of playing GTA on a PSP. And then when it came out on PS2, I was like, that would have been so much better to play it that way instead. But I'd already played it at that point, so I kind of lost interest. But I might have to revisit
I think they added features through the games, like more features since the portable to the home console version.
Yeah, they had like graphical updates and things, I think.
Mm.
So have you ever gone back and played any of the GTAs?
I tried playing GTA 3, but it doesn't work on Windows 10. The default installation from Steam doesn't seem to work.
Well, just install Silent Patch and you're done. I mean, it's pretty simple.
I'll have to try that. I've never had the chance to play
Look,
GTA
if you're ever
3.
having a problem with a PC game, PCGamingWiki.com. That's all you need.
You swear by it.
because it's an excellent resource made
I
by
agree.
beautiful people.
PC Gaming Wiki is great. I used it to help me set up Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
There you go.
Hell
See?
yeah.
All those
Yeah.
old games, you know, you got.
GTA Vice City, I've been playing that. Well, not recently, like a year ago, I played that. San Andreas as well. They work pretty well on modern systems, surprisingly.
Yeah, San Andreas is a
But GTA
great
3 is
experience
just eh.
still.
I mean, I've gone back and played all of the GTAs after I played them initially, apart from San Andreas. San Andreas is the only one that I haven't played like a second time. I need to remedy that at some point.
Yeah, you should definitely do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you want, I'll help you set it up how I set it up with the draw distance and no motion blur that ruins everything, and
Oh yeah,
it'll look good. It'll feel good too. Right.
Feel good.
Yeah,
I said, I was
my
saying
San
in the
Andreas
pre-show.
experience was great.
I was saying in the pre-show how I just found out that a game that I loved as a child, Star Wars Bounty Hunter, is available on PS4, and I think I'm gonna buy it. It's only $10, but like, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm going to. Is it just because of the nostalgia? Is it just because I feel like old games are better games?
it'll be.
Is that-
I mean,
I think it's the
I
latter.
set up my N64 a year or so ago, and I played through Star Wars Rogue Squadron, and oh my god, I used to love that game. And then when I went back and played it, I still loved it. It was amazing, and I went through the whole game, got all gold medals on every single mission. It just feels so good. But then there was other games that I used to love that I tried, and I was like, I'm kind of done with this
Ugh.
after like 15 minutes. So
like Gex 2 Enter the Gecko? You ever play that?
I never played that, but I always used to hear
I
about
love
it
that
and see
game,
it.
bro. That game was so good. I loved it.
Old games have incredible nostalgia value, but most of them, they don't stand the test of time, unfortunately.
Oh my god. What are you drinking there? What is that?
Not booze. It's just
Damn it. I thought I had one. I thought I had a partner in crime here. That's a shame.
What about other games outside of GTA? Are you finding you're playing other different games, and in your free time, but also YouTube? Are you going to start bringing things in like that? What do you have planned?
plan for the future of the channel, or just playing games in general?
Both.
Both.
Games
for the
first.
future, games in my spare time, I play tons of VR. Tons of VR games, mostly Rec Room, because that's like the hot app for VR.
Have you played that Pavlov VR that's like CS:GO VR? Have you
Yeah,
played that?
I'm not really a fan of it, really. It's kind of broken. From what
I think
I've
that's
seen.
part of the charm, isn't it? Like, is it that
to
part
win
of the...
to win the game. All you have to do is just get two sawn-offs and just everyone, and it's really easy to reload. I'm ready again.
What do you
I
have to
think
do?
that's the point. Like, I think...
It is. It's like San Andreas with the twin sawn-offs.
Damn. Sounds like a fantastic game.
Yeah.
How much is a VR setup? I need to get one.
Yeah, what do you play VR? What's your? Is it the Vive you're using?
I have a Vive, but the problem with the Vive is the controllers are so darn expensive and they're so crap made. They have terrible build quality, the Vive controllers. So instead of looking for a new Vive controller for like £200, and the controllers for that are way cheaper and better. So I'm using an Oculus right now. So
Okay.
I'm also getting a Pimax 8K. Hopefully that'll come soon.
8K?
Man,
Dude.
that's like... It's like 7 more Ks than I'm used to.
Interesting. I didn't realize that. I mean, I knew that. I never actually. I guess I've never spoken to anybody who is big into VR and actually playing it fairly regularly. I thought it was just kind of
I play it all the time.
novelty
Man.
thing,
It's
but
like I feel like
producers.
VR is kind of the only thing left for gaming that's new. Every new game that comes out, you can't really separate it from every other game. It's like
just play Call of Duty instead. Oh, new platform games come out. I'll just play Little Big Planet instead. Oh, new driving games come out. Just Forza.
Interesting.
That's an interesting.
That's a dreary look.
Whereas with VR, you have tons of new ideas and concepts that need to be discovered because it's totally different from just a mouse, keyboard, or a controller.
Interesting. It's not
Spider-Man VR.
The innovation in
Spider-Man VR. That'd be great.
No, that sounds like I would vomit all over my floor.
You can get so many collectibles in VR. Come on.
Yeah, it's interesting though. There isn't an awful lot of innovation left in regular gaming. What more can you do apart from telling new stories? Say, whereas VR is this new place with all these new experiences to be developed. It just depends whether it'll actually catch on and you'll start seeing some, maybe big budget titles put onto it. Or it seems like it's got a long way that it can go. It's just whether it will actually reach that.
VR has to become accessible to normal people, I think.
I mean, the upcoming Oculus Quest seems like a pretty good idea. It's a fully VR setup with 2 controllers, but you don't need a console and you don't need a PC to run it. It's own console. I think that's going to sell really well. It's going to be simple to set up.
What's the price point on something like that?
I think it was £400, which
$400.
That's cheaper than a console.
So if you don't need a PC or
it's
I don't know about this. Tell me about it.
It's hard. All the hardware is inside the visor.
Wow.
And it's got enough horsepower to do most games.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like in a few more years' time, when that kind of thing can become even smaller and bigger games.
We're going to have a future just like what was it called? Ready Player One. Yeah, it's going to be a world like that. Everyone's going to walk around on the streets going, "Ha ha, bitch."
Bitch. I prefer like a Matrix situation where I just get plugged in, and if I die, I die, because that'd be a great ending to this story. But
so, do you find you're not playing many standard, non VR games anymore?
No, not really. No. I hate sitting down a lot. I mean, this stream is going to kill me.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for getting through it for us.
Then maybe video games aren't for you. You thought about getting into working out? Have you ever thought of
CrossFit? Seems like more your speed.
Yeah, it's an open world
VR
adventure
is also
game.
pretty intensive, like fitness-wise. I was playing a game. What's it called? Speed Shift Vector. I think that's what it's called. You're basically on roller skates, and you have to do the action with the controllers, and it's really intense on your biceps. You get real manly arms.
Whoa! Put that firepower away. Talking about putting guns into GTA.
What's that game called? Is it Beat Saber? I think as well. It's like the rhythm game with the
where you're you're at a rave on coke. You're just Sorry. Yeah, man. I agree with you though, Nas, that it needs to be accessible. Where I play games, I don't think I have the room to be able to get up and.
I was speaking more to the price point
Rick and Morty.
too, but
but if you're gonna invest, gaming's not an inexpensive hobby.
Yeah,
and that it was a double negative, but it's an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
That's English. I speak it real good, so
I speak real good English.
That's why I co-host a podcast.
So I'm guessing that you don't have much of a hype level for Red Dead Redemption 2 then. If you're
I think it's going to be a good game, but people aren't going to keep its interest like they did with GTA. I mean, it's
wrong.
My dad
I agree.
Wrong.
My dad said it himself. Oh, what's going to be so special about Red Dead 2? From what I've seen, it's just a bunch of cowboys and guns.
What's so special about GTA? It's just a bunch of cars and guns.
We're going back to when America was great. Okay, we're making Rockstar great again.
Yes,
that's all we're doing.
We are.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily going to have the player base or the lifespan of
experience.
GTA. Yeah.
I took 2 days off of work literally just to play it.
Well, that's good, because then we can all play it on the day of release and the day after, and then we'll come onto the podcast on that very evening of Saturday and all talk about it.
You think I'm going to be here or what? No.
Yeah. Nas and I are both going to be like, yeah,
I'm taking. I need a vacation day from the podcast. I'm not coming to the podcast. I'm not stopping what I'm doing to come on this dumb show. That.
So it'll be a one-man show on that Saturday the 27th. I'll be
It'll
hosting
just
the
be you
podcast
whining
alone.
about not liking cowboys. They've got these dumb hats, and all the guns are slow, and the horses are slow. Yeah. And there's no humor. There's zero humor in this game. There's nothing funny.
So what about the future of your channel then? The second part of that, are you going to try and bring more games into it, or some VR stuff since you're intrigued in it? Are you going to just double down on the GTA, or what are your plans?
I plan on doing Red Dead Redemption videos as well as Fallout 76 videos at the same time. I've got the help of an editor to help me pump out videos for both games, because there's just no way I'd be able to do it on my own.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
I think I saw your announcement on YouTube or something, because those pop up in your feed. So
you've got a multi facet. Pyrerealm Gaming is not just a one-man show anymore.
It was created to be a 4-man show, but soon we all died out except me.
Okay.
Everyone died? Whoa.
Oh my god. But yeah, I'm the one of the last of the founding members of Pyrerealm Gaming, so I took charge, and now it's going to be multi-man again. I think GTA Men is also a channel that had the same story. Told me.
I don't know, GTA Man. Do you have the same story?
He's here in the chat.
GTA Man.
But Mikey from Central Gaming Hub had exactly the same story. Central Gaming Hub was meant to be started out as a multi-people channel, and then he ended up being the only one left. It's interesting. Wrong? Okay. Yeah. GTA Man said wrong. Always been solo, GTA Man says.
Oh, really? All right.
You know, I've never. Let's not talk about GTA Man. He gets enough attention as it is.
Yeah.
Go away.
So how do you feel it's going to go? How do you think it's going to go with diversifying the content? It's always a difficult thing to do on YouTube.
I have no idea, but the future of the channel.
Sorry, what would say that again? You cut out a little bit.
We got some static in the line.
I don't really know how it's going to work out, but the future of the channel is in it. Team.
Okay. Okay. Well,
I think your noise gate might be a little bit high or low. I don't know what the difference is.
I do have a nearby PC.
It's
my setup's more designed.
Yeah, it's manageable. It's manageable.
It's I intended it for like voice recording, not live stuff.
Yeah,
I've never really done many live real-time recordings.
Is this the first exclusive YouTube interview, Twitch interview?
I've done one with Sonny before.
Oh yeah, he had that podcast like 2 minutes. I remember that.
Yeah.
It's like just him and somebody, and that was it.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I was on that too. I remember.
Oh yeah.
I think from
I'm not important enough to be on that. So.
We kind of took his scraps. Like he had Mr. Boss first. I think he had Raggedy Dan first, and we were like, "Sorry, Sonny."
Yeah. I'm sure his videos probably did better than this podcast does as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, we wish you the best of luck with this transition of your content. Hopefully it goes well.
If I know viewers, they only want to watch the same thing that they've already watched for the past 3 years. They do not want to watch new things. They want to watch old things. They're slighting you.
Are you insinuating something about G-Fred?
No.
I saw someone tweet at you were going to do G-Fred and Red Dead.
Oh, yeah.
I almost jumped out of my office window.
Yeah,
I
I
was
keep
like, you
getting
think I get-
questions about that.
I don't know if you can.
That
make
would be
jokes like
interesting,
that,
especially if you
given
could
where you work.
not
I-
only horse, but anything really. You sneak up on some kind of puma or something, whatever.
And ride it.
Yeah.
Ride it into the sunset.
Oh.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to say yes. It's amazing when you get kind of questions like that because there's no way I could possibly answer it either. How do I know whether anything like that is ever going to be possible in Red Dead Online? Because nobody knows anything about it. And I get questions like that quite often, like especially when there's DLCs coming out. What do you think the new car is going to be like? It's like, I have literally zero idea. I know as much as you do.
Like, I bet you they'll drive forward and backwards and turn. That's
Yeah,
all
that
I
is
can
the
be sure
sum
of,
total of what
hopefully.
we know.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not true. The Infernus Classic did not turn left, so
Well, that's true.
so sometimes the vehicles
Sometimes you
don't
don't
even
even get that right. So before we go into our regular segments, there is something that I need to mention because it was RDT's birthday this week. Happy birthday, RDT!
Yeah.
On
Thank
Wednesday.
you.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday from all
The
of
big
us.
thank you, the big 2-4. I'm yeah.
24. Wow,
That's it.
You're getting good older now.
24, man. That's the number of my least favorite NASCAR driver. His Rainbow Warrior car. I tell you what,
How old are you, by the way, Pyro? What's your age?
26.
26. Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
Nos is still the youngest one here, and
Old man Adam.
I'm still the oldest, as always. It seems to be getting more and more the case now. I'm not happy about it.
Well, I mean,
Oh yeah, okay.
That's
We do have our
Agreed.
producer in the background there, making me feel a little bit better, I guess.
he's over in the booth.
yeah,
He hasn't been
Behind
too
the-
loud because he's been
behind the
yelling at
glass.
kids to get off his lawn.
it's true. I do enjoy that. So
So yeah, it was his birthday on Wednesday, and a few people wished him happy birthday in my Discord server. Said happy birthday RDT, and
Yes.
maybe about 5 or 6 people did that, and he decided to do an @everyone command on my Discord of around 2,000 members to say thank you. So
Yeah.
just
Gotta let him know.
want to mention that that was all your fault, and
My
people were-
fault. I was doing you guys a favor. I was letting you guys know that I was grateful beforehand.
to the
And
2,000
just,
people who
I
didn't
knew
wish
that
you happy
2,000 I was
birthday.
going to get at least 2,000 birthday wishes. And I said, listen, probably not going to get to all these, but I want to let you know ahead of time.
It
I'm
caused
grateful.
quite the stir in the Discord server, to be fair, didn't it, really? Many people unhappy about being pinged with notifications.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, once they found out what it was for, they were grateful. They were like, oh my God. I would have
I would have
literally,
missed RDT's birthday.
I
if
would have
he did not
missed
tag me.
already. Yeah. Ugh.
I've actually been inactive in this community for 3 years, but I'm finally now I'm back to wish you a happy birthday, RDT.
Yeah. So,
But we were talking about this in the pre-show. Like, it's strange how people seem to have a significant hatred to @everyone on something like Discord when
They're
they
just
get
dumb
hun-
people.
all these kinds of notifications all the time on their phones, and as soon as there's an @everyone, everyone starts to lose their mind. It's like it's
I'm
it's
telling you, it's
interesting.
because people are like, oh, somebody wants to talk to me. Finally, I have it to. Oh, and then it's over, and then they get
Oh.
mad. That's what it is.
yeah.
I mean,
and then
it-
actually, because I saw people get so upset,
You do.
I was like, didn't realize sorry @everyone. And they were like, nah! It just made it even crazier. It was fantastic.
To be fair, it made the server, it made the general chat as well very active for a good half an hour or so. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it was nice. See, bringing people together. RDT.
And a quick mention as well to because they mentioned me for whatever reason. I don't understand how I ever get found for this, but the Coataholic podcast. Didn't know anything about it. I didn't know what it was. Basically a podcast
About wrestling.
About
It's
wrestling.
about wrestling. Yeah.
I had no idea, and just they have some sort of Hall of Fame segment where each of the hosts mentions someone who they nominate for their Hall of Fame each week, from what I gathered anyway. And one of the hosts decided to mention me and talked about the random races that we do on 5M and how they would be, they're good fun and people who enjoy the wrestling shows would enjoy watching that as well. So, shout out to them. Thank you for mentioning me.
Yeah.
Figured out.
So facto mentioning us because we're part of this whole thing.
Are you aware that the channel Game Ranks also mentioned you in a top 10 things at GTA?
Yes, I do remember that actually now. Top 10 craziest things people have done with GTA or something, and I was in there testing all the vehicles.
This absolute madman moron took every vehicle around the circuit.
Absolute unit.
They made quite a bold assumption that you make X £100 a week. That was quite good.
He only makes like $3 a week on his content. Please go subscribe to him.
It's interesting what we were saying earlier, because the testing stuff is the epitome of putting in a lot of hours for not as much. Like, good enough is definitely totally nowhere near the amount of effort for the testing videos.
I think you should just start looking at cars and guessing how fast.
This is quick. This is bad. Start doing.
It's called Bruffy Vision.
Yes, kind of
Yes, it is 150.
So, thanks to those guys for shouting me out. At least.
I'd like to have the someone from Game Ranks on, and Jake Baldino, Falcon. Come on, just saying. I follow them.
Oh yeah,
I like them. I'd fanboy, but
it's fanboy. If we got them on the podcast, maybe we need to reach out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fanboying because I'm a huge Pyrerealm fan. Watched every single one of his videos.
You're very convincing. I believe you.
I don't think you need convincing.
So let's open up the phone bank before we go into the gaming news bit. So if anyone has any questions for me, our co-hosts, my co-hosts, our guest tonight, anyone, all of us, one of us, many of us, feel free to get into the phone bank on Discord. It's open to regulars, subscribers, Patreon supporters, and YouTube members. And you can ask us a question.
Yes.
Whilst that's going on, we got some gaming news. It's our gaming news segment. It's not an awful lot of gaming news, to be fair, but Assassin's Creed, whatever it's called, Odyssey, is it
They're
called?
still making those.
Odyssey.
They are still making those, yeah. And the single-player microtransactions have been in the news since it was released, because there's a lot of them, supposedly.
It's old news.
Yeah.
Games with single-player transactions is.
Anybody remember Shadow of Mordor? I mean,
well,
remember that?
Yeah, Shadow of Mordor wasn't that the
Shadow
first
of War?
one? Shadow.
That's the first one. Sorry, it's whatever the second one is.
Yeah, Shadow of War was, but Shadow of War was the first one to do it with like a single-player game with microtransactions in. I think.
I'm sure they weren't the first, but they were the first to like be read at by the collective internet.
Yeah.
So.
But this kind of like people were a bit annoyed about it, and then it kind of died away. But then, journalist with I think it's Kotaku, Jason Schreier, he tweeted out about how, in his opinion, the microtransactions in Assassin's Creed didn't really affect the experience, and they weren't a problem, and.
It's time to stop. Quit enabling these people. Stop.
Yeah, everyone then decided to rally against him. So they kind of kept it going for longer. And I think with things like this, it's clear to see the basic idea that games are intentionally made a little bit more grindy to then sell you a way to get through it a bit easier and a bit nicer, a bit quicker. And that's what this game does. But they'll continue doing it if people will continue saying, "Oh, it's not as bad as this," or giving
it's
them
not
a
that
pass.
bad. I mean, they've got these poor game companies selling this brand new game, the collector's edition for $120. They've got to make. How else are they going to make their money?
How else are they going to pay the executives $20 million a year? How can they do that if they don't put all these
It's
monetization.
time to stop. Don't buy these games. Stop.
So yeah, wasn't an awful lot to necessarily say about that, but I just thought I'd bring it up. What actually?
Also,
What?
Kotaku's writers most of the time have incorrect and terrible opinions. So just don't just stop. Don't read.
All right, let's
figured-
just burn any bridges.
just all of them. Yeah.
Look, I haven't seen an article on Kotaku that I've liked. So
There was one about Bruffy, wasn't there?
no, that was
I think that was yeah.
oh yeah, and I'm sure they got something wrong. So don't worry.
This American YouTuber.
Whilst we're on this topic, before we move on to, I figured we'd ask our guest, what is your take on games these days and their microtransactions and the way that they're going? These big AAA games. Are you passive about it? Do you care, or is it something that you think it's bad? You know, what is it?
Well, they're this way because the zombies who purchase the microtransactions, they purchase them. So, see, they wouldn't do it if they didn't have people purchasing them. I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's true.
If you want it to stop, just stop buying them.
I wonder if that day will
Protest.
ever come. I wonder if
Yeah, I
people
wonder
will
if Google-
eventually get sick of them.
It's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse until
How are they buying them, anyways? I can imagine it's only like kids who are buying it, but when I was a kid, there was no way I could buy some like microtransaction.
well, when you were a child, you didn't have a cell phone either. You know that had payment information in it or whatever. So.
But,
kids-
I remember the only form of like microtransactions I ever bought was in an old Madden game for Ultimate Team. I was buying packs, and that was because my aunt and uncle gave me one of those gift cards that's like a debit card that just has money on it and everything, and you can make purchases online. And so I put that into my Xbox account and spent that money on that. So maybe some of it is that just kids buying credit card, like those gift card credit cards and doing that, but I don't know.
I don't think children should bear all the blame. I think adults are perfectly responsible.
Full-time
as well.
gigs.
Yeah,
I was looking
plenty of
to
adults
get my
buy-
hands on a DLC when I
Yeah.
I think we underestimate as well the amount of parents out there who will just put the payment information on a console or something and let their kids run riot with it and not care, just because then they don't have to parent.
or at least they don't know.
Or maybe
Yeah.
they don't know. Yeah, that's also another option. Yeah.
I hope to one day have enough money that I will not notice a child purchasing microtransactions on my credit card.
Well, I mean,
Or
they
I just
could
keep
at least
my- Or
purchase
dabbing.
them for like a
Seems
week or
bad.
something without noticing, maybe, or you wait until a bill comes in and you don't notice until the first month or something, and by that point they've spent so much money anyway.
Timmy, what's Fortnite? What is this?
What are V-Bucks?
And the other bit of gaming news: Bully 2 rumors.
Oh, Bully! Have you played Bully, bruh?
I have not
Really?
played Bully.
Have
Of course you have. Why'd I even ask?
No, I have not played any game.
Oh my
Go
god!
play Bully. Oh my, it's such a great game.
Play video games. What are you
Please,
doing?
bruh? Stop. No,
I agree.
don't stop. Go play
I agree
games.
that Bully was a really good game, but does it really need a sequel?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't help but feel like Bully is just one of those games that was just like, oh, it was a great game, but see,
I want to see him beat up nerds in high school. That's all.
Wasn't it?
Well, not beat up, defend them.
Like,
if we
it's
even
gonna-
play
it
as
could-
Jimmy,
It could potentially be in college, so you're gonna have college professors and stuff like that. Supposedly, is the
don't know
rumor
that.
at the moment.
I get
might
to
get a
drink
bit of
beer with my
violence.
friends.
The level of violence obviously will be greater as the character is older.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
they're all
I
necessarily.
thought so, actually. Yeah.
If they're all adults in college, you can murder them with like no
Not
repercussions.
necessary. I mean, you don't have to do that. What requires you to, oh, they're 21, so you can shoot them. No, you don't. You don't have to do that.
I know
Yeah.
you don't have to.
You can
I think
just.
high school would work better.
you can
I mean,
just
everyone
get
went
another
crazy
kind
about
of-
Bully when it was coming out. Like, oh my god, we're gonna be able to kill children. No, you didn't, and it turned out to be a perfectly
unfortunately-
great game.
So
Yeah.
just to disappoint you guys a little bit, the casting calls for this game, this unnamed game, are mainly for UK actors and
Where do I sign up?
and it's mainly like the casting calls are for, as Adam said, they're for sort of professors and stuff, but also teenage kids. And it says specifically in the casting call that they could be exposed to mild violence, so to take that into account.
Mild
so,
violence sounds good to me.
What do you call your thing? Sig form or something like that?
Yeah, so it's
Mild-
it's unclear if it's going to be Bully 2 or if it's going to be something else. But
I hope it's Bully 2. That'd be great.
Mild violence in the UK, spitting on someone. That's horrid class
You
of
have offended
mild
me,
violence.
sir. Slap him in the face with a white glove.
Mild violence in the USA is getting them moaned out of school.
I know where you're going.
So yeah, well that's pretty much it. Not too much gaming news to talk about, but last episode follow up. Do we have any follow up from the previous episode? Any comments of any note before we actually figure out how many comments were left? I can't remember what the word was that we said, but
It's horse testicles.
Come on, dude.
oh
Are you
yeah, it
serious?
was, of course. Yes, it was.
You don't remember horse testicles?
Oh yes, it was. Oh yeah, that was it. Because there was a comment. Oh, I need to find this comment now. Because it was. I'm sure it was just left today. Now I remember it. I need to find it. Ah.
I saw one where it was like, RDT should know that there's a difference between kids' movies and family movies or something like that. It was like, look how
Oh,
many
yeah,
adults
yeah.
liked Up. I was like, yeah, but obviously there are things in kids' movies and family movies that appeal to adults. Like I can watch, I still like watching SpongeBob because there are jokes that are put there for the parents watching the
Yeah.
show.
You
with
can't
the kids.
fool me. I listen to public radio. One of my favorite lines from Squidward. It's pretty good.
Oh.
This is their comment. Nos was acting like a big fat pair of horse testicles in this episode.
That's pretty good.
I like that one.
Well, Bruff, if you didn't have such terrible opinions that were factually incorrect, maybe we wouldn't have a problem.
Oh, here's one. I guess I must have said something about Brett Kavanaugh.
Oh yeah, you tried to turn it political. I was going to bring that up as well.
Yeah,
Like, we're
I was
memeing.
like, I didn't want to. And he goes, how many FBI investigations will you need to believe Brett is innocent? RDT, 7 investigation seems a little excessive. Colossal waste of money. And
I tell you what we don't need an
Hold on.
investigation about is whether the man likes beer. we
Yeah,
have
no,
we know
that's
he
for sure.
likes beer.
He spelled waste, waist. It's a colossal waste of money. Just a band wrapped around him of money. Let's investigate a few more times. Wow, just wow. Thank you, Elias. Yeah, I know. Whatever. It was, yeah,
You
sure.
like Kavanaugh so much, why don't you have a beer with him? Okay.
Yeah, why don't you have a beer with them and go to a party?
all right, so
Judge
how are we
Red
doing
Solo
with
Cup.
the comment? How many comments were there? How many do we think had horse testicles in them?
okay, I've been given specific instructions from Phil, who has done his homework, to
Okay.
read these a bit more carefully this
Okay.
time, because apparently I didn't read them carefully enough last time.
Okay.
I've got in trouble from Phil.
Oh.
Okay.
So, 103 comments in total. How many comments mentioned horse testicles?
How many people got to the end of the episode and put horse testicles in their comments? I think
41.
That's
gonna
what I was
say-
going to say.
I was going to say 36.
32
Okay.
and a half.
Pyrerealm, do you want to put a guess in, a number in?
439.
More.
more than the comments that we got. Go on then. What's the result?
So the amount of comments that featured horse testicles was in fact 33. Well done, Ross.
Hey, I was only
Well done.
0.5 off.
Damn.
Yes.
Now those 33 comments included 51 mentions of horse testicles in total. And Phil's favorite bonus comment was from Base the Black Knight, who says, "Horse testicles? What am I supposed to do with horse testicles? Don't answer that. All right, let's see. If the horse testicles will change size, how long before modders find a way to make them huge, like 30-gallon scrotum dragging on the ground?
Like that episode of South Park.
And what if dragon
Lowest
horse
Lord.
testicles offer a speed boost similar to curb boosting? To paraphrase Mark Hamill, quoting Harrison Ford, "Hey kid, if the audience is looking at the horse testicles, the game is in big trouble." By the way, sugar-free Nos, have you heard Spider-Man also has dynamic testicles? Would that change your opinion of the game? I think I'm in the camp that would find RDR2 too immersive. If I have to check the horse testicles to see if I have a heavier coat, that's just too much work. Do you think horse testicles will come into play with microtransactions? Will you be able to buy horse testicles of steel? I'd go on, but being able to ramble on about horse testicles for hours might not be considered a marketable skill. Well done. Well done.
Wow.
Fast Black
Comments.
Knight again.
That's a bit much.
We also had 12 mentions of Noss's sheet / Noss's shit, and 8 people mentioned horse testicles and Noss's sheet together.
Okay.
Good job, Phil.
And we'll have the comment for the end of this at the end of this episode for the comments next time. So should we move it on to the community questions? The phone bank. Open up we've opened up the phone bank. Let's see who's in it.
No problem at all. Okay, we've only got one person in the phone bank.
Caller.
Yeah,
The Lone Ranger.
we got one, and it's one of the show's favorites. It's Mr. Mega Mario 64.
Hello, caller. You're on the Choking Hazard podcast, the show that's just good enough. Who's your question for? And what's your question?
All right, my question's for you, Pyro. If you have the spare time to do so, who all do you watch on YouTube?
Who else do I watch?
Yeah.
AVGN, if you know who it is, the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Angry Video Game Nerd. I've heard that
not
name.
watch. I have not heard of this.
I think I have. Do I have a yellow?
You've not
emblem?
heard of the Angry Video Game Nerd? He's like the pioneer of gaming videos on YouTube.
I've heard the name. I don't think I've ever watched anything of his, but I mean, I know of his existence.
The channel isn't actually called the Angry Video Game Nerd, it's actually Cinemassacre, but the main show is the Angry Nerd.
Interesting.
I also like to watch lazy game reviews.
Yeah, this guy's got 2.7 million subs. However, I've never seen anything from him.
Yeah, really.
That's just something on YouTube. Like you see, you happen people you have no idea about, and then you see them, and they've got huge channels, and it's like, what? People are just having their own little section of YouTube where there's so many people. It's strange.
Yeah, that's wild.
It is strange.
It's like a universe. It's big, yes.
Yeah.
Tons to discover.
Yeah.
Now, I have seen stuff from Lazy Game Reviews, though, looking at this.
I
He
also
says-
watch Tested. Do you know the Mythbusters?
Of
Mhm.
course.
Adam Savage from the Mythbusters is one of the hosts of the channel.
Ah, that's right.
Interesting.
He makes a lot of interesting projects. Like he made a Nerf gun which could hold like 2,000 rounds. It was huge
Wow.
gun that he made. He makes tons of little projects. Like he shows all things that he walks you through. He did, and he's just such a talented guy, Adam Savage.
That's cool.
Cool.
Honestly, if I didn't have a gaming YouTube channel, I'd probably love to do what he does. Actually,
Yeah.
It's not too late. Chase your dreams, man. Go buy a Nerf gun and some spray paint. Make it happen.
Don't let your dreams be memes.
Creative stuff in the real world rather than gaming. Yeah. Thank you,
We
Mr.
do
Mega
actually-
Thanks for your
Mario.
question, Mr. Mega Mario.
Good question.
We've
Thank you,
we've
Mario.
been gifted another caller. The phone lights have just lit up.
Okay.
We do have a question from a first-time caller this time. It's
Whoa.
Mr. Pedro Speeder.
Hello, caller. You're on the Choking Hazard podcast. Who is your question for, and what is your question?
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Hey, welcome.
Question is about Formula W. It's kind of a sort of Formula 2 that was announced that only women could compete, and this kind of got thrown around, and people were criticizing it. Some were in favor, some others were not. But I want to know your opinion about it.
Oh,
What do you think?
He's coming first call, first question. He's really coming with the controversial topic here: Formula W. Whoa! Has anyone heard of this?
W?
Formula W is a upcoming brand new racing series for women only.
What does the W stand for? Women?
Yep.
When are they going to stop? They take our Ghostbusters, they take our Terminator, and now they're taking our racing. When are they
Maybe
going
it
to stop?
stands for. Maybe it's. Look at
Oh,
Maybe better that this didn't go through.
Welcome to the Misogynistic Pig Podcast.
Personally, I think it's great. Unfortunately, I don't know what kind of demand there is for something like that.
Why does
yeah,
it matter?
it's called the W series in reality.
Probably
but,
stands for a week. You know.
Jeez.
Jesus, not
But
getting
like-
us into
but like,
dangerous territory here.
Yeah, this might be good for the podcast to have something like this. You know, I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school when I say that women's sports aren't as popular among the masses as the male counterpart.
unless you can get a
Obviously,
lot of
Danica
process.
Patrick, highly popular in NASCAR. But if it's an entire league of them, how are you going to have them stand out? That's the thing. And I don't find Formula One that entertaining to begin with. So
Wait, what kind of cars are the women going to be driving in the series?
They're similar to sort of Formula 3 Well, I think they're a Formula 3 chassis actually, so it's kind of it's similar to the kind of
Wait, so the chassis is
lower
different? We can't
rungs.
just put it. What are women really that different that we need a new chassis,
Well-
like an edited chassis for them?
No, I mean every single racing series has its own specific regulations and things, but in general, chassis are kind of the same. But it's not like a Formula One women's version, right? So it's not like the top level of motorsport has decided to do a women's version of it.
you trying to
I don't
say
know,
that
if-
women
if-
aren't
if
as good as
you-
men, bro?
If I was going to give my genuine genuine opinion on this, I think that's sending a message that these women are not good enough to go into these other racing series, so we're going to put them in their own series. I think that's pretty silly.
I was going to
honestly.
say they're not going to trust them with.
Yeah, like it's just saying, well, the women aren't good enough, so we're going to put them over here in their own series. That's
Well,
that's
it
what that says to
has
me.
caused a huge debate because there's multiple sides of it that it's difficult to really see. There is an inherent problem with women in motorsport. There aren't very many women in motorsport, and
It's just women aren't interested in.
Well, there is that, but there's also that it feels that, or at least some people say that there is an inherent problem with it. It's more difficult for women to progress in motorsport, finding sponsors, progressing up through the ranks because people
It's
instead
just a matter of sex.
they go for they go to the male drivers instead, and that's just the done thing. That's the default thing that is done. So I guess the W series is a way to have all the women together who want to race, and then the top people in that series may have a better chance at then progressing up the levels of motorsport as
where the
any
men
young
are.
driver
Yeah.
would do. It's not
Yeah.
as if it's like because there are women in motorsport now in various different series, so it's not as if it's like it's trying to at least it seems like it's not like it's trying to be a series that is going to take all the headlines of being a special thing that you can win. It's more of another feeder series for, say, Formula 1, like Formula 2 is, like Formula 3 is, GP3, where women are going to be showcased more, I guess. But it's causing a lot of debate, A lot of people are thinking, why would you, it's it's sexist to have a women's series. You're saying that women can't now race against men, aren't good enough, so you need to give them a separate series, and it's caused all this debate. And then it seems like there's men and women on both sides of it who are both like on both sides of the argument. So it's really weird. It's not as if there's a certain amount of people who are against it and then for it. It's just like such a mix of people who think so differently about it.
I'm not against or for it. I don't really care. I just think it's kind of silly. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't watch motorsport anyway.
Nothing separates the ability of a woman to an ability of a man in driving. It's not that physically demanding of a sport. It's more of training and mental ability, which is just
I don't know too much about racing cars, but I assume cars have power steering.
They do. I mean, it is still a physical thing. To be honest, you've got to be super fit. But
I mean, I'm not saying that you. I mean, but the basic level of fit will suffice. Like, you don't have to be some amazingly fit human being. Like, you don't have to be in the top. I
think it's more up here than around here.
Yeah, you don't have to be like super built, but you do have to be built.
Need endurance.
But the thing, there are women who are successful in motorsport already.
Yeah, Blade Cruiser brought it up in chat. Christina Nielsen in IMSA, getting multiple pole positions during qualifying and coming away with wins. So,
and there's a few young drivers, female drivers who are coming up through the ranks as well. But I guess they're feeling, whoever is creating this series feels the need to accelerate things, and it's just caused a big debate about whether it's the right thing to do or not. And I guess us on the outside, we're not women. We don't have any involvement in motorsport itself, or the running of it, or seeing what it's like. So we don't know. But the problem is that there's also been plenty of women who've, let's say, gotten further than they should have based on skill, and then just totally flopped and tanked. And I think there was, I can't remember her name, but there was one a few years ago who was a Formula One reserve driver for Renault, I think it was. And she was there seemingly just as, honestly, eye candy. Like, she'd done GP3 and she was way off the pace. And it just, so that doesn't help what they're trying to do. But I don't know whether it'll be successful or not. Maybe the next Formula One world champion, or the very first Formula One world champion female driver, will come from this W series. We don't know. But I don't know. I mean, there have been women in Formula One before, in like the 80s and stuff.
But I mean, I love women's MMA.
I think Susie Wolf got a test as well for Williams, did she not?
Yeah, Susie Wolf is probably the most recent.
Got to rep my Scottish country.
She drove Williams a few times. I don't think she was ever close enough to getting a race seat, but she was, on the echelons of.
But she's driven DTM and stuff as well.
Yeah,
she? So.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the lady who it was, who was just, nobody really took her seriously because she was so off the pace, to be honest, and then ended up being in a reserve driver role really based on her looks and the marketability of it. And then she ended up getting promoted. Carmen Jorda, that's it. Thank you. And then she ended up being, I don't know whether she still is, she might still be, and she might have been the brainchild behind this W series. She ended up being the head honcho at the FIA as the pioneer for women in motorsport. And it's like, so if it's come from her, then it's probably going to be a bit of a flop, maybe. But anyway, we'll see. It's an interesting debate.
Start a shitstorm.
Yeah, probably. It's an interesting topic.
Is it, though? I don't feel like this is like one of those issues. It's going to be like wildfire. I think this is like a locally contained campfire. Like, people will get moderately annoyed at differences of opinion. I don't think there's someone out there that is so passionate about the women, taking everything from the men, or vice versa,
No,
in favor.
You don't think Bruffy has any men's rights activists watching?
Yeah.
And then, as Pyrerealm said at the very, very start of this discussion, how much of it is just because women are less interested in it. So there's less people, there's less women to
I
choose
feel
from.
like in motorsport, it seems like women are underrepresented because there are less of them. So of course they are. Like that's just how it works. There's less women, so therefore there are less women. That's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Less women what? Drivers?
In motorsport. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There are less women in that profession, therefore there is less representation for women, because there are not enough of them.
But then, does a W series make sense to increase that representation? See, it's a nuanced discussion. It's interesting. I think we'll leave it there. We could be doing on this all night, but
I mean, but if you do that, you have to start every race with, all right, guys, now we're not here because women are worse. We're here because we wanted to collect them all so that they could race at the same time. It's just silly.
Astro said Maria de Villota was her name, but it wasn't. It was Carmen Jorda who I was talking about. I just want to clear that up for anyone in the chat. So, heated debate caused by Pedro's first question ever on the podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you,
nice.
Pedro.
Nice
Good
question.
Yeah.
It's Formula Week.
This is where someone will clip just that section. Formula W? What does that mean? Formula Week? And then it'll be
Formula, why
all
can't
over
I
the
drive?
internet. God damn.
Formula, where's the manager? I'd like to talk to him.
All right, RDT.
Huh? What? Oh,
Do you want to do your apple juice minute before we get on to our final bit of the show?
Where's Apple Juice Minute?
What? Yeah,
RDT's
sure.
apple juice minute. You'll see it as it goes through.
Okay, so this week on this episode of the Apple Juice Minute is brought to you by a repeat brewery. This is Victory. We've gone through Victory before. Victory for your taste buds. They're really good. Oh, we make such good beer. Well, this week we have a special little ditty. What are we coming in at here? We're talking about 9.5% ABV. That's apples by volume. This one is called Sour Monkey. It combines the always refreshing sour with the delicious fermented taste of monkeys. And so we'll pop this little ditty open. As I've said ditty twice already. That's how these things go. Let's see what a sour ape tastes like now. Huh?
Pretty sure ape's a derogatory term. You can't use that
Ah,
anymore.
that's delicious. Sour Monkey. Go buy it because it's good.
Really?
Is it orangutangy? Is it that's the only pun I got. I'm sorry.
Orangutangy. How actually was that? I don't. That was.
It's very good, actually. I don't want to misrepresent Sour Monkey. I like sour beers, but if you don't, because it is sour. If you don't like a beer that's sour,
I don't
then you won't
like sour anything, like sour sweets and things like that. I can't stand sour stuff.
No.
No, can't handle it.
Oh man, Sour Monkey. Yeah, actually, go get it. It's really good.
Okay, interesting.
Just a terrible name. Sour Monkey.
Yeah, how is that gonna fly off the shelf? Well, I get, delicious beer, or I could get Sour Monkey. Which one am I gonna get?
Well, they have another brand, another beer called Golden Monkey. That's like a pretty heavy duty beer. I don't know. I guess they just like monkeys.
So, final thing for the podcast is the chalk of the week. Let's watch these and let the chat decide. We'll decide as well. Let the chat decide what is the chalk of the week this week.
Don't say the name of the person.
Nas.
Don't
Yes.
do it.
Nas, don't do it.
You're the one who does it. You
I'm not
tell
I'm
yourself.
not going to say a word. I'm not saying a word. You people do it, all right?
No, you need to, tell us what's happening on the screen.
No, you tell me that every time, and then you just talk over me.
Well,
the
I'm
whole
not going
time.
to talk now. You just do
I'm
it.
not talking either. This is going to be silence. It's just going to be the sound of Grand Theft Auto 5. That's
I'll try
all you
to.
get
I'll try to
in
do it.
your car, all right?
RDT's stepping up to the plate. Let me Okay,
Hold on, it's got to load in.
Oh.
Sorry.
Have you got actually the playlist up so it's going to automatically go to the next one?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you
Okay,
ready?
I'm ready.
Ready? Okay, let's start. Let's start in now.
All right, we got ourselves a Desert Raider. We're on the horse track, doing a bunch of cool jumps, bouncing around, a little tumble there. That's not good. We don't want to see that happen. He's in first place, and he's doing real good. And now he's in second. You can definitely totally get this back. A little hopping around Desert Raider on the horse track. That's what's going to happen. This is what we're seeing. It's amazing. He's driving. He's taking a right turn. And it's looking real good. Still in second. Clips the tree. Clips the fence. Still in second. Minor little thing there. He's fine. He's good. His car's yellow. He's fine.
Car's yellow. This
Gets
was
a
a track
little
from the content
speed boost
creator
there from the curb. He's coming around the bend here, and he comes. Okay, so that was the choke in the beginning.
Yeah, he finished in second.
And he came in second.
On the last lap.
On the last lap. Yes, that was the last lap.
So, started 7th of 10 in the second clip. Never been on the Rokoto before, racing on his own track. I'm just reading literally what he's put on the screen for this one. So, a Rokoto race.
Talking over RDT. Stop.
I'm behind because you didn't tell me you were starting. He's going
They
real
took
fast
place.
now. We can tell. Yeah, but I didn't know we just did him back to back. He's driving real.
Okay.
Oh, he slowed down a lot. I don't know why.
Well,
now
we're in
he's,
second, fighting over first at the moment.
Yeah, that was close. I just saw that was close. Is that?
Yeah, you're
I'm at
quite
the same
far
part
behind.
you are. I'm at the same part as him.
So we're on lap 3
Nice.
now.
Do it.
Final laps, lap 3 of 3. He's battling for over first place. He's got the inside line. Yeah, done the hard part as it says on the screen. He's annotated it well, so really don't have to do anything. So that's it. He's got into the lead on his own track. And then
In the Riccotto, which he's never been in.
yeah, started 7th, worked his way up to first. Looks all pretty simple. We're going super speedy now just to get to the end. Yeah, we're getting towards the end of the race. There's only one corner to go.
Nothing
happen?
could possibly go wrong.
A little bit of understeer. Oh, and then flips it. Absolutely manages to continue, but ends up finishing in 3rd place. Doesn't even get second
Oh.
from it.
He flipped it, guys.
He
I don't know if you
actually
saw that.
understeered into the wall and then flipped it.
10 out of 10 for style.
So like the habanero going there. That was bad.
The final one's a
2.6.
premium race.
I love these premium races.
Fallen to 4th place. Plummet 2 was that? This one?
Yes.
3 guys from Ryan, 1 from Goat. What the hell?
Bridge jumps.
I don't know what any of that meant.
I think he was making a point that there's some high level people
Really
in the
good
race that are
racers.
decent. So he's gonna have his work cut out to try and. Oh, 2 of them choked it on the bridge jump.
He choked it.
All 3 of them choked it on the bridge jump. So he's got it from 4th to 1st. Okay.
No way.
No way. Must not hit the bridge. What does he do? He misses the bridge. Actually, I was expecting him to hit the bridge there.
They've all
The
missed.
top guys are all leaving, and I'm miles ahead. Easy win. That's supposedly what happens in premium races. The top guys end up.
This looks like such a terrible race, by the way.
Hey, kidding me? This is high level.
Oh god, you guys haven't obviously got to the choke yet.
No, I've not gotten. Oh, that feels very bad. I've just seen it.
He tried to cut the corner and ends up falling down off the side of the track. He's respawned still in the lead.
Still in first.
Then he drops
like
a second,
40
but he's right
now or
behind
something.
first place with Slipstream on. So it's not as if he has chances still to get back
It's
into
not
the lead.
Ogre yet.
Oh, that was nice. Thank you. And
Tilt a little.
oh, just doesn't make it. Ends up in 2nd place overall. So
Feels pretty bad.
unfortunate. Unfortunate.
I hate to see that.
Hate to see it. I think the choke in that one was having done the
Premium race.
premium race on Plummet in the first place.
Yeah.
Straw poll is in the chat. for those who are watching live, you can vote right now.
Yes.
Click the straw poll, vote for what is your favorite.
Click it.
What you think was the best choke this week? Which was the best choke? Some good chokes actually. Some
Yeah.
last
I
two
agree.
last
They're
lap
all
chokes,
actual chokes.
and one. Yeah, all three of them were worthy chokes. Like by the definition of choke, they were all good. So it's good. It's tricky. I'm having difficulty deciding which one I like the best. Honestly.
Yes.
Oh, the voting's close. You
Oh,
might
it
want to
is?
watch them again. I don't know. You might want to watch them again while you decide. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, we'll play them through. We'll play them through once more for people to watch as the voting happens, because
I have an honorable mention that maybe you could put on the screen for choke of the week.
okay.
Yeah.
Let me just play these through again, and then I'll look at it. So the first one was the desert raid on the last lap from the content creator stream. He was in first, ended up in second. We don't need to watch the whole thing again. We'll just see the choke. The second one was the Rakoto race. Started 7th, got up to the lead, overtook for the lead, and then on the final corner of his own track, understeered into the wall, flipped over, and ended up down in third. It was a majestic flip, to be fair. Kept it going.
Yeah, look great.
And then the final one that we saw was the premium race. Some good guys, some tryhards in the premium race, all messed it up. On the bridge, he got up into the lead, did all what he needed to do, had the difficult bit done. All the top guys all left, and then he ends up cutting a corner a little bit too much, falls off the track, and has a nightmare and ends up in second place. So, you have an honourable mention, which we can do whilst
just a still image.
Still let me.
Pretty good one.
Choke of the week. Okay. RDT's choke of the week. This one.
That's my submission.
If you want to know what that
definitely
is,
stuffing.
if you're listening to this, you're gonna have to go to this point of the video and watch it. Let's not describe it.
Yeah, it's a little secret. For those.
Secret for the viewers.
Yeah, so pull your car over right now. And pull this up on YouTube. In fact,
Even if
don't
you're
even
on the
pull the car
highway.
over. Just pull out the phone. You're driving and just get it done.
Yeah.
Actually,
All
don't
right.
do that. I don't
Have
wanna be sued.
the votes stabilized?
No, they've actually gotten closer.
Yeah, but I mean, are we not getting any more new votes in?
We've had 58 votes so far.
And it's not really increasing.
We're not really increasing. We're stable.
Okay,
would
so
say.
our choices might actually affect it this time.
Might.
Okay.
Wow.
Should we let our guest go first? Do you have a choice? What is your favorite choke of those three?
I'm actually not up to date with you guys. Like,
Oh,
he's
he's
no
just
vote.
completely lost.
Just been sitting here.
yeah, you've been seeing
All right.
That's my favorite choke is that he completely got lost. That's a pretty good one.
Oh, it is difficult. I can understand why it's so close. The voting.
How do I see?
They were in the
They're
choke
in-
chat. I mentioned
Yeah,
them
we
during the,
kind of told you this.
during
Before.
the pre-show.
Calm down now.
Well, I
There's
just let you know. We have not.
Left you in the dark.
There's a
Yeah.
link to the playlist in the chalk chat on Discord.
Right, the 3 videos.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes,
We'll give our
that's it.
thoughts, and if you want to chime in with which one you think is the best choke, you can. I think I'm gonna go for choke number 1
Really?
because it was a non-contact
Even with-
race. It was a longer race than the other two, and he had it. You know, there was more people in it. It was like a 20-player race, I think, at that point. So he had it in the bag on the final lap, and just messed it up all of his own accord. But they were all very good. It was difficult to choose that.
It was my
honestly.
commentary, wasn't it? That's what it was.
It was your commentary that did it.
I was afraid that might skew the voting.
Yeah.
The truck's yellow.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I'm gonna go with choke number 2.
I am as well.
I liked that it was his own track, so he should know it well, even though he hadn't been in the ricotta.
Yeah.
In the ricotta, and the flip and the landing was great, but he came in 3rd instead of 1st.
Yeah, it's a great choke. Number 2.
Okay.
Solid.
Yeah, I mean, I can get on board with that. They were all good. It was difficult.
Yeah,
this week.
just change your opinion. Just come over to our side.
No, I
Come
can't.
over
I've
to-
given my thoughts now, and I stick with it. But I can't possibly change. Pyrerealm, have you caught up with them at all?
I'm just looking at number 2 right.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's-
just vote for that one. That's
That's the best.
That was the correct one. Yeah.
Should we do the results and then
Do the final one now.
if Pyrerealm's vote actually changes anything? That wouldn't be very good though, would it? To announce a winner and then
Yeah.
he changes it. So
Yeah.
we'll wait. We'll wait for
I
Pyrerealm to.
I think in the future, guys, if you're gonna submit, if you're making a specific video for the choke, try to keep it at like 30 seconds. I think that should be a qualifier because
40 or 50 seconds, probably. Yeah, just to get a
Maximum.
bit more.
45 tops. I'll meet you in the middle.
I
45
just
tops.
scroll through the video and when the car starts doing its acrobatics.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
It has become a bit of a trend of late to do the very long form edited videos where things are sped up and whatnot.
And annotated
Yeah.
and things. Yeah.
And
Which is nice. It's a good touch. But
I don't
It's-
think it helps
No.
necessarily.
Not for this. For a video, yes, but not for what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Unedited, just show the choke 20 seconds before, 10
I'm
seconds
gonna have to go
after.
with choke 2
2.
There we
Okay, so
go.
3
See?
votes
We
for
told
choke
you.
2, 1 for choke 1.
just because of how it was spinning around on its back.
exactly right.
Did
That's
some
the
good
way
acrobatics on that one, actually, to be fair.
It looked real good, so I chose it. That's how I go about things.
Okay, Hammer. First of all, did our voting change the order at all?
It did not.
It didn't. Okay. All right, give us
2
the
just
results.
won outright. Yeah.
So, in 3rd place was choke number 1, which
Okay.
was submitted by R2XDJ.
Such
It was a good
suck.
shot.
Rough.
7% of the vote, meaning the other two shared the remaining percentage, and we're very
Math.
very close. And the winner, choke of the week 38, is choke number 2.
Woo! That's a win for me
Koto
and Nas and
choke.
Pyrerealm.
And that was submitted by the G of D, who submitted one last episode as well. But that was 48% of the vote. So
Wow, so it
there
was
was
close.
two
Wow.
votes in it.
Two votes
in
in it. Well, there would in the end it was
Choke
5
3.
votes in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the end, it was 5. Choke 3 was actually submitted by Bloody Squirrels. So thank you, Bloody Squirrels. for that.
Bloody squirrels.
Good job.
GG of
Everybody
D.
had some great chokes. This
Everyone
week,
was
but,
just awful this week. Gonna
Yeah.
be honest. So,
Yeah, you were all
suck.
terrible. But good job, the
God.
GFD, for being that extra little bit terrible.
maybe with
Winning
that
up.
bad racing, you should go join Formula Week. Ah!
Bruh, how do you crash like that on your own track? That's ridiculous.
Oh man, so good God. I actually figured out what the word should be for the. Is that going to be a recurring thing, by the way? Every
Formula Week
every episode, Formula Week nonsense.
is now.
The word for the comments, I think a good word or a good selection of words we could say would be just good enough. I feel
enough.
like that
Yeah.
should be what people would
Good
put in
enough.
the comments. If they made it all the way to the end, put just good enough in your comment to let us know. We'll tally up how many people did it next week.
I guess that suggestion is good enough. That's,
That's good enough.
I feel like people can get quite creative with that as well if they want to.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait for Bass's comment.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Don't let me down.
Pyrerealm, thank you for joining us on the show.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Best
been a
of
pleasure.
luck.
Any
with
last
the
words?
channel.
You want to curse our families and our bloodline or anything, or like?
Yeah, just tell us about the horrible
Or promote
experience you've
yourself,
had on
that's
this
what you need to
show. Recommend everyone against it.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Doesn't even want to self-promote, man.
Well, his links and everything will obviously always,
Yep.
they're in the description.
Always. Yes, always.
We do that properly. All right. Do you want to say goodbye, guys?
Bye, guys.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching, everybody.
See
next
you
time.
later, cowboys. Next time we see
Oh.
you, we'll be cowboys. I'm telling you
We'll
what.
be cowboys next time that you see us. I'm gonna get a cowboy hat for the next episode.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
We'll both be cowboys. Yeah.
And if the game sucks, we might kill ourselves. So
Yeah, we might end
Tune
it
in
off.
for the next
There-
one. That's going to be a good one. 2 days after Red Dead drops. Should be fun.
yes.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody, guys. See you later.